Hi guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga, and I created a spread called the Cheater Spread. May have been based or somewhere embedded in the book that I wrote called A Fierce Bitch's Guide to Getting Over a Lying, Cheating, Sabotaging Partner. The book is actually different than the title. You might be surprised, but I thought a different way of trying to kind of reach out, if you're unable to look into getting the book, is to create a spread for those of you who are dealing with the infidelity and trying to recover from a serious relationship. It's not easy. And this spread has been created to try to address kind of subliminal or past life issues associated with your cheater cheating and the person they cheated with. And then we're going to kind of pull 3 more cards for you. The main focus should be on you, but this reading was created just to try to give those of you who have been shut out and not received any information as to the nature of the cheating. This is for your former partner. So this is for Leo, by the way, for the energies between now and the middle of February. But I'm saying January 18th. For Leo, we have Mercury, Gemini energy, the mediator. This is a major arcana. And for me, this popped. I'm going to put it back. This popped for Leo because I think because of this eclipse, lunar eclipse energy that you guys have coming in, and also that you guys are always a shining bright light, big ball of fun and sun, and it's just more of the same. I think before I got for Leo that you guys cheated out of opportunity because the opportunity presented itself, you guys took it. Availability, someone made themselves available. It happened quick and sudden for those of you who are dealing with a Leo who already confessed this to you, and you were feeling guilty about it and regretful in that you wish that it never happened. So let's see if this is still consistent with now. It's going to be interesting for me as well. So we're going to go ahead and cut into this. I'm going to stop now. Where we are for Leo, the Leo cheater. This is if you're dealing with a Leo cheater who has Leo in their sun, moon, and rising, and also Venus sign, you could consider. I don't typically read the bottom of the deck, but I'll just show that to you. This is kind of someone who's waiting for someone to come along and rescue her, but also being not realistic about their expectations. Maybe that's something more for you than on the part of the Leo. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, we have the marionette at the head of the reading. There's a puppet on a string. Again, the Leo was feeling a bit out of control, even though this card is totally in control, so you don't know if this was an excuse. I don't remember, or I didn't realize it was happening. I drank too much. You may have already heard those things, which I think a lot of people do, but in this case, it probably, yeah, for the Leo, they're regretful. We have, for the Leo, this is the 2 faces of Eve. This is about being in conflict about your roles in life. And again, this was a subconscious drive behind this. It's about being struggling or unaware with what role you should take. For the case of a woman, this is supposed to be the maiden to the mature woman to the crone, like the progression of the feminine. But it's also someone struggling with who they are and what they should be to and to whom. Conflict in terms of, for the Leo, it's coming across like them still wanting to be a girl about town or a guy about town, and struggling between that and commitment. For the other person, we have one of the oracles, like fortune reader, someone who is, again, not in control, because with the oracles they spoke, inaudible, you couldn't understand what they said. It was incomprehensible to the other clerics who were around them, the other holy men or the priest, and the priest translated and said what more or less what they wanted to say. They said they were translating, but they were probably just kind of putting out their own objectives. And there is a type of aspect where I feel like the Leo feels like they were not in control of the situation. Again, this woman is not in control of herself. She's on drugs, which I thought alcohol might have been involved if you already know about the situation. And she's also not in control because her words are not really understandable, and they're being manipulated for someone to use how they want to achieve their own aim. We have affliction, again, feeling guilty. Something they need to confess, maybe more about the situation than what they've already told you. Maybe they were more aware of the situation than they already know. And for me, it's coming across like for the other person, it was, I don't even know if they were really aware that the Leo was in a relationship when this all happened. I'm getting that across like someone who was out having a good time and lost track of their level of consumption, or traveling on business and having a great time and thinking that they owe it to themselves to have an even better time than what they were having. Because after all, you know, there's still the man, or there's still the woman, or they still got it. Like reinforcing, like what I'm trying to say is insecurity. You might have been dealing with an insecure Leo. And if they cheated, it was really a lot of this. Other person, for me, is just less important in the whole story right now for the Leo, because the Leo is trying to do everything they can to kind of convince you that it was a mistake, that there's no real feelings there for the other person. If it's a Leo that already left and they think that there's feelings for the other person, they probably have the impression that it hurts them, but they're going to recover from the loss of you, or the loss of the relationship. Yeah, that's what I have so far. I'm going to leave it there. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on, and if anything else comes through. Because I just have a really inconsistent energy that's a bit all over the place with the Leo. Like, they're trying a little bit of everything to convince you that that this wasn't anything, or that you guys can get over it. Maybe it may be a Leo that's trying to come back, and he's trying to convince you that you can get over it. I don't really even think that another person is there. If they cheated, it's more that they cheated and it was a one-night stand. This is what I'm looking for. I don't sense or see any deep love or commitment here. We have the Star card. We have the Five of Swords. And that matches up well with deception. And for me, this is coming across more like you're deceiving yourself if you let this go and you don't address what happened. You're deceiving yourself if you let this go and you just make it easy for them to shine their bright little light and talk their nice little words and soothe you and tell you everything's going to be okay and you guys can still move on. Even if it was just a mistake, then you still have to kind of readdress everything and go over what the new perspective will be for the relationship, what the new boundaries are for the relationship, what the new rules are for the maybe they can't go out by themselves anymore for the next year. I don't know, but it's like it would be really easy for you just to make light of the situation and to keep it moving, to say, okay, I get it, it was a mistake, you didn't mean to do this, and okay, but please try to dive a little bit deeper into how this could have happened and take steps to avoid it in the future if you want to get back with them. And if you don't want to get back to them, just don't let them put on a show. It will hurt them if you don't acknowledge them, if you just ignore them. Like if they try to talk to you, and this is what came, the first card that came, if they try to speak to you or talk to you and you just ignore them, whatever they have to say, if you don't want to get back with them. So that's what I have for you who are dealing with a Leo cheater. I hope you're surviving and you're finding a way to recover. And you'll be back next month to see how things may have progressed. If you have any questions or you have any ideas for things in the scope of cheating and infidelity that you would like to discuss, please leave it in the comment section. I'll see if I can kind of embed it into the next reading. I'm pretty solid on how I want to do the readings, but if you have more scenarios, let's say, let me know. Okay, thank you for joining me. Take care and good luck.